Okay, so we're going to try this. We're going to talk about circles and finish up this test 2 material. The thing I like about videos, you can forward, you can reverse, you can pause, you can go over a problem as many times as you need to, and listen to a particular thing as many times as you need to. So we're going to talk about circles. By definition, a circle is all the points in a plane that lie a given distance from another given point. So if the given point is the center of that circle and the given distance is the radius, then all the way around at the end of all of these radii is a point. So that's the definition of a circle. So that's why we need two things to graph a circle. We need the radius, and then we need the center point of that circle. And we can graph a circle, and that's it. No 3-point chart, no plugging in and figuring what y value is, no calculator store button. We don't have to have any of that. We're just using two things, the point and the radius. So first of all, you have to be able to recognize the equation of a circle. And when you think about it, it's the only one that has all of these squared terms. It's got x squared and y squared and radius squared. So that's going to be your circle out of your 4 graphs that we're going to graph on your test. You have to find two things. This is called the center radius form of the equation of a circle. And why do you think that is? Because you can find the center and pretty much just pull out the radius. That's why it's called the center radius form. The radius is going to be, what do you think? The square root of r squared. So whatever r is going to be your radius. And the center is hk. It's going to be whatever those numbers are. So it's given to you. You just got to know how to pull it out. So in the first section, if we're going to find the center radius form of the equation of each circle, we just fill in the blanks. I know that from this right here, I'm just going to copy it. X minus h, right, squared, plus y minus k squared, k is going to go there, equal r squared. So we're just going to pull it out. So if it tells me that center is -3, 4, and I can hear up here that, or see up here that HK is the center, then in the alphabet, HK, doesn't H come before K? So that just makes sense that that's your X value and that's your Y value. So H is -3. So K is 4. R is 6. So we can just clean it up and we'll have the equation of a circle. I know that minus minus is a plus. This is just what it says, no trick there. And then 6 squared is 36. So that's the equation of that circle. Notice though that if I put h in as -3, in equation form, it's showing plus, isn't it? Minus sign is the formal sign in the equation, but since h was negative, we know, gosh, from what? 4th grade, that minus a negative should be a plus sign. So I just think that's kind of neat. I want you to notice that h is -3 when the equation reads a plus sign. And that's going to be really important in just a minute. So we can do the same thing here. I'm doing it formally because I want you to see the mathematic logic behind it. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal r squared, or 3. So I know that it's x minus 2 squared plus the opposite of what you see, isn't it? Y plus 4. Equal 9. Oops, squared. Okay, so it's relatively easy to pull out. Just be aware though that you got a plus there. And here you'll have a plus here when that number's negative. So it's the opposite of what you see pretty much. Here, when you have a circle that's centered around the origin, well, if H is 0 and K is also 0, then around the origin would be x squared plus y squared equal 4 every time. So if you don't see an HK, you know it's wrapped around the origin. Okay, so you can go back to your homework and go ahead and practice that if you want to, since it's kind of fresh on your mind. Or we'll just kind of go backwards. We'll take the equation and pull out the center and the radius for a little practice. So here, graph the circles by finding the center of the circle and the radius. Okay, so if I know that this is H and this is K and my R is going to come here. So X minus H plus Y minus, well, if there's a plus sign there, standard equation is minus. So you can go back up there and look. Then that makes sense that that would be a negative 2 equal 5 squared. So my center is 3, negative 2, and my radius is 5. Let's go over here and go ahead and find my center and our radius. Well, here I've got another plus sign, so according to the equation, my H is going to be negative 2. Here, my H is 1. Here, my radius is 2. And we already know that this one, apparently, with no H and K, is going to be centered around the origin. So we've got all the important information. To graph it, you just kind of figure it out. First, you have to go to your center. 1, 2, 3, negative 2. And if your radius is 5, it's like bicycle spokes. You're going to go, I got to guesstimate, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is going to be a mess right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be, whoops, there's my radius there, isn't it? So you're just going to go out your radius 5 spots and connect the dots. And I have already acknowledged that I'm not an artist, but that is a circle with radius 5. And your center is at 3, negative 2. So, if you want to do it again. Oh, good. Thank goodness the radius is 2, so that'll be a little bit easier. My center is at negative 2, 1. It's just really important you get the signs right for that center. Radius. So let's go north. Let's go south. Let's go east, and let's go west. Radius of 2. And there's your circle. And right here, our center is 0, 0. So we just find radius of 3. And there you go. Radius equal 3. Here, radius equal 2. And hopefully we got that center done. And if you will, please work through your homework from the green sheets. And we're going to practice these. I'm going to check and make sure you kind of filled it out. But I want you to understand exactly what we're doing. Just a little practice though. Let me flip over. So if I had, let me just make up a couple of equations because this is what I would do in class. If I had x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equal 4. The center and the radius. Hopefully you would know the minus signs are the exact standard form of the equation. So 2, 3 would be the center of that circle, and the square root of 4, which is 2, is the radius. If I had x plus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared equal 9, then the center would be the opposite of what you see, which is -4, -3. Radius would be 3. One more. If I had x minus 7 squared plus x plus 2 squared equal 49. The center is the opposite of what you see, which is 7, -2. Radius would be 7. Okay, well, I will see you Wednesday with your notes in hand. Thank you so much for your attention.